Okay, so have you ever like really wanted to use more video on your
Oh,
website?
yeah,
But you're like, oh my gosh, if I add one more video, it's going to take like 5 minutes to load.
for sure.
And then everybody's going to leave.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a huge problem.
It's such a problem.
And everybody knows video is so engaging.
Yeah,
It's like the best way to really connect with people.
right. Like if you can get somebody to watch a 1 minute video versus read like 5 paragraphs of text,
Yeah,
they're going to remember so much more from the video.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stats on that are just amazing.
Right,
How much more engaging video is.
right. And so this is why I think this is going to be so cool to dive into today, because we're looking at this tool called Lively.
Okay.
And Lively, it seems like, is designed to address that problem of how do we get video onto our sites and make it engaging, but not kill our site speed.
Interesting.
So we're going to look at Lively today,
Okay.
and we've got kind of their description of everything that Lively does, and then we've got like a bunch of questions
Hmm.
that people have asked. Got it. And so hopefully by the end of this deep dive, we will know
Yeah.
if Lively really is the solution to all our video woes.
I love it. Let's get lively.
All right, so Lively is a video marketing tool,
Okay.
but it's specifically focused on embedding videos onto your website in a way that drives action.
I see.
So it's not just about putting a video on your website and being like, all right, I hope you enjoyed that.
Right.
It's about like, okay, you've watched this video now. What do we want you to do?
Right?
Do we want you to click this button?
Yep.
Do we want you to go to this page? Do we want you to buy this thing?
Totally.
And that's where I think this gets really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like taking it to that next level because I think for a lot of people, video is just sort of like, okay, here's a video, it's on the page.
Right.
Hopefully it adds some, interest or whatever.
Yep.
But they're not thinking about like, how can I use this to really like
Drive action.
drive an action? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think about like if I'm watching a product demo video and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this thing.
Yes.
Instead of then having to like scroll around to find where to buy it.
Uh-huh.
What if the buy button was right there in the video?
Oh, right. That make it so easy
Yeah.
so you don't lose them.
Yeah. While you've got their attention,
read it up.
you've got that little window
It's right.
of like, oh, they're interested now. Let's like capitalize on that.
Totally. I
Yeah.
think that's a really smart way to do it.
So that's one of the key things that Lively does is they have these embedded calls to action right in the videos.
I love it.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then another thing that they talk about is how their video widgets are super adaptable.
Okay.
So we're not talking about like, okay, it looks great on a desktop, but then you go to your phone and
Mhm.
it's all like wonky and weird and
You can't even see it.
yeah, you have to like scroll sideways,
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, no, this works on all devices.
That's great.
So whether you're on a smartphone,
Uh-huh.
tablet, laptop, desktop,
Okay.
it's going to look good. It's going to work well.
Fantastic.
And then they also have different formats for the videos too,
Okay.
which I thought was cool.
Like what kind of formats?
So they have carousels.
Okay.
So that's like if you've got, multiple videos you want to showcase, and they're kind of like swipeable.
Okay, cool.
So I could see that being good for like product galleries
Yeah.
or testimonials or,
Uh-huh.
something like that.
Yeah.
Banner videos, which would be, like at the top of a page,
Makes sense.
just to kind of like make a big statement.
Yeah.
They have category widgets if you've got like a lot of videos.
Okay.
So you can organize them.
Uh,
And then they have picture in picture,
oh, that's nice.
which I think is so cool because then like you can be reading something else on the website
Right.
and the video is still like going in the corner.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like stop watching the video.
I like that.
And I think that's really smart
Yeah.
because people are going to be doing other things on the website. They're not just going to be sitting there watching a video.
Right.
So being able to like have it there while they're doing other things,
Keep it going.
I think is really smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so another feature
Okay.
that I thought was so cool
Okay.
is they have this auto import feature.
Okay.
So if you are already creating videos for like Instagram or TikTok,
Uh-huh.
you can automatically import those videos into Lively to use on your website.
Well, that's nice. So it's like you don't have to create all this separate content.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, I already made this amazing, 15-second video
Yeah.
for TikTok. Why do I have to like remake it just to put it on my website?
Right.
So you can just import them and then,
That's huge.
use them on your website,
Yeah, that's a really good feature.
which I thought was so cool
Yeah.
because it just makes it so much easier for people to.
Yeah, and like streamline your workflow. If you're already doing all that work, why not use it?
Yeah, and like
Even more places.
work smarter, not harder,
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So they also integrate with a lot of different website platforms.
Okay. That's important.
So they've got Shopify, WooCommerce, WordPress,
Uh-huh.
BigCommerce, Magento.
Nice.
So pretty much all the major players.
Yeah, the main ones.
Which I thought was cool because then you're like, okay, no matter what I'm using,
Right.
I can use this.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal for sure.
Because, sometimes you're like, oh, I really love this tool, but it doesn't work with my website platform.
Totally.
Okay, so, we were talking about how, like,
Yeah,
you want to be able to kind of control the look and feel of these videos.
for sure.
You want them to look like your brand.
Right. You don't want them to look like they're just kind of like slapped on there as an afterthought.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, this is
Yeah.
just some random video. That doesn't go with anything else.
Yeah, it should feel cohesive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Lively gives you the ability to customize the video widgets
Oh, that's good.
to match your branding.
Oh, yeah.
So you can change the fonts, you can change the colors, you could upload your logo.
That's perfect.
So you can really make it look like the rest of your website.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it feels like a natural part of the experience.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
And then they also have an analytics dashboard.
Oh, that's important.
So you can see how your videos are performing.
Okay, so you can actually tell if this stuff is working.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
I should have calls to action in my videos. But then if you don't have any way to track it, you're like, well, I don't know if this is actually
Doing anything.
working or not.
Right. Yeah, you're just kind of hoping.
Right.
Yeah, you need the data.
So you can see things like how many views your videos are getting, how many people are clicking on the calls to action, how long people are actually watching the videos.
Yeah, it's great.
And then they have even more detailed analytics for Shopify users.
Okay.
So if you're using Lively with Shopify, you can actually see add to carts orders, average order value revenue
Oh, wow. So you can see how much money.
that is directly tied
Yeah,
to your videos,
that's amazing.
which I think is incredible
Yeah.
because, as somebody who runs an online business,
Yeah.
I want to know, like, okay, if I'm putting all this effort into creating these videos, is it actually resulting in sales?
Right.
And this will tell you that,
That's so powerful.
which I think is super cool.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so I know when I'm looking at a tool like this, I'm always like, okay, but what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
Like the little details.
Yeah.
And it seems like other people have the same questions
Uh-huh.
because we've got some really good questions here.
Okay.
And a lot of them center around like the e-commerce integration.
Okay.
So like the Shopify versus WooCommerce.
Got it.
Like how does that actually work?
Mm. Yeah, because they both have e-commerce functionality, but it's
Yeah.
different
Yes.
platforms. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So one of the questions was,
Yeah.
can you have a button within a video that allows a customer to add an item directly to their shopping cart and they go straight to checkout?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And that is where we see a big difference between Shopify and WooCommerce.
Okay.
So with Shopify, the answer is yes. You can have that button. They can click. It adds the item to the cart.
Yep.
And it takes them right to checkout.
Boom.
And you can even specify different product variations
Okay.
right there in the video.
That's cool.
So if you've got like a t-shirt that comes in 5 colors,
right.
they can pick the color right there in the video,
That's really nice.
which I think is amazing.
Yeah, it's a very smooth experience for the customer. So they're more likely to actually buy.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Now with WooCommerce, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
You can still have a call to action button in the video.
Okay.
But instead of adding it to the cart and taking them to checkout,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take them to either the product detail page
Okay.
or the product listing page
Got it.
or even a custom landing page
Okay.
that you can specify.
So it's still taking them to the product, but
Yeah.
just not like right to the checkout.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not quite as direct
Right.
a
Yeah.
path to purchase as it is with Shopify.
Okay.
And they also say that currently
Yeah.
the functionality to add an item to the cart without the immediate checkout redirect
Right.
is not directly supported for WooCommerce.
I see.
So you can't be like add to cart and then they stay on that same page.
Right.
It's
Going to have to take them somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to take them to one of those other pages.
Okay.
But it's important to note
Yeah.
that even with WooCommerce, you can still use the video buttons
Okay.
to link to specific product variants.
Oh, okay.
So even though it's not like add to cart and go to checkout,
Right.
you can still be like, click this button
Yeah.
and it will take you to the blue t-shirt,
Yes. Exactly.
in size medium.
I got it.
So you can still,
Still powerful.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just not quite as direct.
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Another question was about
Yeah.
a branching video feature.
Branching video. Okay.
So what is a branching video?
Yeah. I'm curious about this too.
So branching video is where you can give the viewer choices
Oh, cool.
within the video.
Okay.
So they might get to a certain point in the video, and it's like, do you want to learn more about this, or do you want to learn more about that?
I see.
And they click a button,
Uh-huh.
and it takes them to that part of the video.
So it's interactive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
So it's kind of like those choose-your-own-adventure books.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a really neat application for video.
Yeah, so this branching video feature,
Okay.
it's not included in the standard AppSumo plan, but it was offered as a bonus for people who bought within the first week
I see.
of the launch.
So like a little early bird special?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's a demo link available,
Oh, cool.
so we can actually see how that works.
We should definitely check that out.
Yeah, we'll have to put that in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody asked,
Yeah.
do all the licensed tiers come with unlimited videos?
Good question.
And the answer is yes.
Okay.
Unlimited videos for every plan,
That's awesome.
which is great.
Yeah.
Because then you're not like, oh, I only get to use 10 videos a month.
Right.
And then I have to like pay more.
Exactly. You don't want to feel limited.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
However, there are limits on monthly website views.
Okay. That makes sense.
So depending on which plan you get a certain number of website views per month.
Okay.
So the first tier is 10,000 views per month.
Right.
The second tier is 30,000 views per month. Third tier is 100,000.
Okay.
And then the fourth tier is 250,000.
Got it. So it scales up depending on your needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the number of stores you can connect also goes up with the higher tiers.
That makes sense.
So if you have multiple online stores, you might need one of the higher tier plans.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then somebody asked, does the top tier plan include all the features?
Okay.
And it seems like the answer is basically yes.
Okay.
Except for that branching video thing.
Right. Unless you got in on that early.
Yeah, unless you were one of the early birds.
Got it.
But they do have a chart that shows like which features are included with which tier.
Okay. That's helpful.
So you can see like, okay, the first tier you get these things, second tier you get these things.
Makes it easy to compare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they've got like, little check marks and X's.
Yeah.
So you can see.
Nice and visual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So overall, what is like the big takeaway?
Yeah. What's the big sell here?
Like, why should somebody consider using Lively?
Yeah.
So I think the main thing is if you have been wanting to use more video, but you've been hesitant.
Because of the site speed?
Yes, because you're like, oh my gosh, if I add more videos, it's going to slow my site down.
Yeah.
People are going to leave.
And it's going to hurt my SEO.
Yes.
Google's not going to like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lively is designed to address that problem.
Okay.
So it's all about making it easy to embed engaging videos that drive action, but without sacrificing your site speed.
I like it.
So they're saying like we've optimized this
Yep.
so that it's not going to slow your site down.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then the other big thing is
Yeah.
it's all about turning those passive viewers into active participants.
Yes.
So it's not just about putting a video on your website.
Right.
It's about putting a video on your website that is going to make people do something.
Yeah, it's about getting results.
Yes.
Not just views.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you're listening to this, think about your own website.
Okay.
Are there places where you could be using video more effectively?
Yeah. Are you missing opportunities?
Yes. Are you just putting videos up there
Right.
and being like, all right, hope you enjoyed that?
Right.
Or could you be using them in a more strategic way?
To actually achieve your goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Lively really aims to help you do.
Okay.
Is to make those videos work for you.
Awesome.
So here's the final thought for you.
Okay.
We live in a world
Yes.
where we are constantly consuming video content.
Totally.
Like we're watching videos all the time.
Yeah.
So how can you take advantage of that
Uh-huh.
and use that on your website
Right.
to get people to do the things that you want them to do?
It's a powerful tool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Lively.
My pleasure. This was fun.
I hope this was helpful for you.
Yeah.
If you want to check out Lively,
Uh-huh.
the link is down in the description.
Definitely do that.
And be sure to check out my other videos.
Yes. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff.
All right. We'll see you next time.